In our quiet little town, there lived an old man named Arthur. His hands, though wrinkled and calloused from a lifetime of hard work, still tenderly cared for the small flower garden in front of his humble cottage. One afternoon, a wealthy businessman, speeding through town in his shiny new car, stopped to mock him. "Still playing in the dirt, old man? Don't you have anything better to do with your life?" Arthur simply smiled and handed him a freshly picked rose. "For your journey," he said softly. "May it bring you as much joy as it brings me." The businessman was stunned. He drove away, the rose on his passenger seat, its sweet fragrance filling the car. For the first time, he realized that wealth wasn't in the car he drove, but in the kindness one could share. That small act changed his perspective forever. As you start your week, remember that the greatest riches are a kind heart and a grateful spirit. Spread a little kindness. Thanks for watching.
One afternoon, a wealthy businessman was waiting for his luxury car to be detailed, annoyed by the delay. He sat on a park bench scrolling through his phone. He noticed an old man nearby, meticulously cleaning the public walkway with a worn-out broom. The businessman scoffed, thinking, if he had worked harder in his youth, he wouldn't be doing such a menial job now. He watched as the old man carefully picked up a single shiny coin from the ground, holding it up to the light. The businessman smirked. Probably the most he's made all day. When his car was ready, the valet, a young man, rushed over. "Sorry for the wait, sir. My grandfather just wanted to make sure the path was perfect for you. He even found the lucky coin you dropped." The businessman froze, looking at the old man, now smiling warmly in his direction. In that moment, he realized with a sinking heart that he was the poor one, bankrupt in kindness and quick to judge. Before you judge someone's life, take a closer look. Maybe your perspective is the one that's flawed. One afternoon, a wealthy young man drove his fancy car through a quiet village, his arrogance on full display. He spotted an old man sitting peacefully under a tree, mending a pair of worn-out shoes. The young man scoffed, "Old man, if you worked smarter, you wouldn't be stuck fixing rags." The old man looked up, his eyes holding a gentle calm, and replied softly, "Perhaps. But these shoes have walked many miles and know the value of every step." Annoyed by the simple answer, the young man tossed a coin at the old man's feet, declaring, "Here, buy yourself a new pair." The old man simply smiled and continued his work. Later that day, the young man's car broke down. As dusk fell, a tow truck arrived, driven by the old man's son. He then saw the old man walking towards him, carrying a flask of water and the repaired shoes. Before you judge, look closer. Maybe you are the one who is truly poor. One day, a young man was rushing to an important job interview, his mind cluttered with anxieties. He saw an old, frail man fall on the street, spilling his groceries everywhere. The young man hesitated, glancing at his watch. He thought, if I stop to help, I'll be late and lose this opportunity. But his conscience won. He knelt, helped the old man up, and gathered the scattered food. He missed his interview. Dejected, he walked home, only to see flashing lights and police tape ahead. A multi-car pileup had happened right at the intersection he would have been crossing at the exact time of his interview. His heart pounded as he stared at the wreckage. "If I hadn't stopped," he whispered in shock, "that could have been me." Sometimes a delay isn't a setback, it's a blessing in disguise. One day, a young man was rushing to an important job interview, his only chance to escape poverty. As he hurried, he saw an elderly man spill a bag of groceries, his last few coins rolling away. The young man hesitated, his future on the line, but he stopped to help. He gathered the groceries and gave the old man all the money he had for his bus fare. The old man smiled and said, "May your kindness be returned 1,000 times." Years later, the young man, now a wealthy CEO, returned to his old neighborhood. He found the same old man still struggling. He knelt down and said, "Your blessing came true. Now, let me be yours." He bought him a home and ensured he lived his final years in comfort. Sometimes the greatest investment you can make is in someone else. Kindness is a currency that always pays dividends.